Peace and Black Power. Sound check. 1, 2. Sound check. How we looking today, y'all? How we in here? I want to share something with y'all. I want to share something with y'all. Nature, dealing with nature, right? And show you, boy, the power of the female. The power and force of that energy when it's time to connect. I want y'all to see something. Take a look at Scruffy. All day long, people been walking by, and the black dog, the dog that you see, the little black dog that you see, he's barking and barking at people. Now, if he really wanted to get him, he could have just came on over there and got him. But let me show you the power of the female and the smell of the punani, because he can smell it. He smell it's some real shit. Y'all can get mad at me all you want, but yo, man, the smell of the female and the punani, this motherfucker's black dog right here, he would do anything for the chocha. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's take a look at the black dog. When the female comes over, watch how he get it in. Jumps over, handle his business. He handles his business and go back home. Black power, baby. Did you see that? Let's do it again to show you the power of the yoni, the power of the chuncha. He jumps over. He smells. He's ready. Handles the business. And then go back home after it's all over. Real shit, y'all. Anyway, man, Peace and Black Power family. We had a powerful day today. Brother Polite, Prince York, man. Oh man, our people, brother. Let me get my man in the building so we can get this going. And woo, it was powerful. It was powerful. Sincere, you all right? Who's the best granddaddy in the world? Say it loud. Come on over here. Come here. Come here. Let the family know out there. Yo, hold on. Hold on. Who the best granddad in the world? Sarnetta. There you go. Let them know. Sarnetta Black Power, Black News 102. Who the best granddaddy in the world? Sarnetta TV. There you go, man. Go ahead. That's what it is, man. See, he know. Yeah. So now, let me see. Let me get my brother up in here so we can get it on. Get it in.
I'm on. You can hang up. You can hang up.
All right, my brother. Peace and Black Power. You know what it is. We got our brother up in the building again, giving you a little bonus round. And you know we always see the brother every Wednesday. But we're going to come back today and give you a quick bonus round. You bringing on any guests, my brother?
Yes, I'm bringing on a... Hold on. Can you hear me clearly?
I hear you clear, my man.
All right. Yeah, I got... you can hang up. You can hang up.
All right, my brother. Peace and black power. You know what it is. We got our brother up in the.
All right, go ahead. All right, so I have a sister coming on by the name of Cheryl. A very deep sister, just to add a little flavor to what we did. And a matter of fact, I gotta thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I would know this sister. This sister heard me on the first show, and she hooked up with me, and she's one of the greatest minds I've ever met in my life. And I'm just hoping the sister comes on. Let me see if she's gonna come on.
Sincere, what up?
All right, Cheryl, jump on. I see you at the bottom. You could come on now. I see her in the chat. I don't know what's going on with that. Sister Cheryl, jump on. All right, this is what we're gonna do right now. There she go. All right, Sister Cheryl, you're here. All right, cool. Let me hear. Can you hear her clearly, Sonetta?
Hear her clearly, Sister Cheryl in the building. Peace and black power. Welcome to Sonetta TV, Black News 102.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, good.
All right, all right. So you know what? Let me just introduce her to the world. By the way, this is Sister Cheryl. She deals with government contracts. She's also the person that deals with the getting the American Express Black Card for business, the unlimited Black Card. So she's definitely a high power figure in the finance industry that I want to introduce the world to. All right, she was supposed to be on Wednesday. So let me start off the show with the sister, by the way. Sonetta, you could mute your mic. You have anything else you got to announce before we get on?
No, I'm good. I'm gonna mute.
All right, cool. Peace to everybody that's out there listening. How to raise $1 million with your personal and business credit. My specialty is personal, and I have a little specialty in business, but this sister is going to add a lot to it. All right. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to represent what I did on Wednesday, because that file has been it got accidentally deleted. So we're going to present what I presented on Wednesday, but we're going to add the sister on some more. All right. So without delay, let me get into the personal. Sonetta, I'm going to ask you to let me first and foremost share my screen, and then I'm going to get into my presentation, and then I'm going to bring the sister on so she could do what she needs to do. All right. Sonetta, if you could share, I'm going to share my screen. So if you could add my screen or click on my screen so I could do my presentation, and then I'm going to bring the sister on. All right. Is my screen shared? Can everybody see my screen? All right. All right. So this is what we're going to do now. And we see that we started. All right. Peace and blessings. Cheryl, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Beautiful. All right. So mute your mic. And then I'm going to start off right now. So the topic of today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is how to raise $1 million with personal and business credit. Call it part 2 or whatever. I'm going to represent what I presented to have it on record, because it was done already. A lot of people missed it. They wanted to watch it over. A lot of important information. And then in between, I'm going to have the sister come in and talk about government contracts and how to attain, listen to the word, attain the American Express business Black Card, American Express Black Card. All right. So we're going to start this way. This, of course, is brought to you by the Dagger Squad. You guys could look us up on Facebook, Dagger Squad Inc., the like page. You could look us up. You could look me up on Facebook, Garfield Daggers. You could also find us on YouTube, Dagger Squad. We just started a YouTube page. And that's that. All right. All right. All right. So having a high score does not guarantee approval whenever you're dealing with credit. All right. I just want to make that clear to everybody. All right. Hold on 1 second here. 1 second before I go on. 1 second. All right. So let me get back to my presentation here. All right. All right. All right. So right now We have the high what do you call it? You know what I'm gonna do, Sister Cheryl? Before I get into the high credit limits and stuff, do this. Why don't you tell us about or should I go? You know what? Let me get the personal done first. Let me get the personal done. Don't worry about it. All right.
Okay.
So if you look at this person's credit right here, this is 795, and you have 781. So now when we look dealing with credit is very important to some of us. Some of us, you're going to see people in the chat, you're going to see people saying, oh, let's not deal with credit because what if the money is done with and they don't deal with money anymore? If you don't know this by now, I used to be a part of the Black African Holocaust Council. We used to go by and visit Dr. Phil, our Reverend Phil Valentine at Carroll Street. For those who don't know, when I was a kid, I used to go watch him and Bobby Hemmett. So when people tell me about Phil Valentine and stuff, we used to go there. In the 90s, they used to talk about a cashless society. Bobby Hemmett used to always talk about it. They're going to stop using cash. So they've been telling us for 20 years. So don't worry about it now if you wasn't worried about it then. We are going towards a cashless society where everything is going to be done with credit. It's going to happen whether you believe it or not. It's bound to happen because the paper that we use technically is not worth a lot. So credit is very important. Very, very. Don't listen. If you don't believe nothing Garfield say on Sarnetta, credit is important. For those who don't know how to manage their credit, you could do whatever you want to do. But for those who need help, I'm here to give you the best advice on how to deal with your credit. All right. And how important it is for us on a daily basis while we're living in this beast. Because all these people that talk, if you notice something about them, they're living in the beast and they work for the beast, but they have all this mouth against the beast. But they don't do nothing to come out of the beast, but they want to encourage other people to not do the things what they do behind their back. You know what I'm saying? The hypocrisy. But anyway, let's move on. The importance of credit score boosters, aka trade lines. Look at my screen, ladies and gentlemen. What you're seeing is what's called a credit score booster or a trade line. We call it a trade line. So what this does, if you look at the first one, City, 2014, 2 years old, 20,000. You put this on your credit could jump 50 to 100 points. If you add the Capital One also, that's 2. You jump in 100, 150 points. If you add this Chase right here, 25,000, or this Lockheed FCU, 15,000, all 4, you're bound to jump between 150 and 200 points. So that's what trade lines do. Basically, I'm putting my credit card on your credit, and my perfect history is going to go on your credit to boost the score up. It's basic, it's legal, no problem. It's been done for over 30, 40 years right now. So now, what we need to understand now, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear as day. Trade lines, you trying to get a house, you're at 580 right now, today, October 20, what is it, 28th. You are 580 and you need to get to 630. This is perfect for you because I could jump your score in 15 to 20 days. In some situations, even 5 days. We got stuff that's posting the 1st of next month, which is Tuesday. So if that's the posting date, between the 1st and the 8th, it should appear on your credit, boosting your score so you get approved for that house or that car or that loan that you wanted. Some of us work in places that are so far from the city, you have to have a car. You want to get that car, but you don't know how to get it. You don't know how to jump your score immediately. You have bad credit. This is the easy way out. Buy 2, 3 of these, boom. And if anybody calls me up and order any of these trade lines, I'm going to tell you right now off the bat. If you call me up, here's my number, 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. If you call me up and order 2 or more trade lines, I'll give you access to get 2 primary trade lines for free. So anybody that calls between now and Monday, I'm offering 2 trade lines. If you purchase them, I'll give you 2 additional ones, primary trade lines. That's going to be your own for free. I'll give you access to that. All right. Just for listen to me on Sarnetta today. So look at it again, ladies and gentlemen. It's called trade lines or credit score boosters. They're not expensive. I could fit into your budget, whatever you have, whether you have $500 or $800. I could fit whatever your budget is and make it happen for you. All right. Now, let's look at this now. You know I'm the guy that says no money down for credit repair, right? I charge no money for consultation fee. And in a couple of days, you're going to have a bunch of people calling in and testifying that, yo, I listened to Garfield and Sarnetta, and he helped me with my score, and I'm testifying on his behalf. You're going to see that real soon. And what happened is all these people that I'm cleaning their credit up, what they're going to do is I'm showing you right now, the credit companies that pull only TransUnion. So that means you have 3 reporters, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So what Garfield is telling you that whatever, if you want to use your TransUnion alone, these are the companies that pull TransUnion when they're going for your credit card. You apply for credit card. BBVA Compass. I just got a gentleman approved for $150,000 with BBVA Compass with his personal credit. He had 2 primaries and 3 authorized users, are the trade lines that I just showed. And he was able to get a loan for $150,000 from BBVA Compass because they have a certain they have something going on right now, some little program that will get you approved for that with your personal credit. All right. For those who are listening out there, BBVA Compass Bank, if it's in your state, they have a deal right now that they're giving out a lot of money as long as you're over 720. All right. Now, look at the other banks. You have Discover, of course. You have Fifth Third Bank. You have the credit unions, Mercedes-Benz Credit for car. We apply for car loans. They run TransUnion. So these are the banks that run TransUnion mostly. All right. Let's move on to Brand Store that run TransUnion, Amazon, American Eagle, Apple. Apple right now have a wonderful Barclays card that they give right now away when you apply. When you go to Apple and apply for a credit card, Barclays is the bank that go behind them. It's a pretty good card. If you go to Babies R Us, this is who runs it. TransUnion, which company? GECRB. So all these companies, Care Credit. If you're trying to get your boobs done or whatever, you have to get a Care credit card. All right. And by the way, when you apply for Care Credit, another tip, a free tip, it goes on your credit the next day as you're approved. So the next day it goes on your credit. All right. Gap. You have all these stuff, Hooters, JCPenney, whatever. All right. Let's go to some more stores. NFL Visa Barclays, another one that would give you $25,000 if you're over 720. NFL Visa, the Barclays card. I've seen people got $50,000 on their credit based on how their credit look over 720. PayPal, everybody knows about the PayPal credit card. Sam's Club, Texaco, another good card that's out there. Travelocity, of course, and of course US Air. And by the way, let me give you guys a card to apply for. It's the Chase British Airways card. Chase British Airways and the Chase, what is it? The Chase, is it the Chase US Airs? They will give you $25,000 to $30,000 off the bat just for being 720. And these are the freaking flyer miles type of credit cards. All right. So pay attention to what I'm saying. Write it down or rewind the tape. All right. Now, the next thing that we have here is Equifax. This is the Equifax credit unions list. These credit unions run Equifax. Navy Federal, Alliant, Pentagon, Delta. Those are like the top 4 that most people use. But you have some very good credit unions. Like you have MCU here in New York. You have what's another one that you have? You have Andrews Federal Credit Union. You have USAA Credit Union. So you have some different credit unions, but the most people, when they say that they do funding for you, you have people out there that sell that service. They offer you Navy Federal, Alliant, Pentagon, and Delta. So these are the 4 most common ones. All right. And by the way, man, to my people and my family in Georgia, Georgia is being quote unquote whitelisted. I don't say blacklisted. They're being whitelisted right now because there's a lot of people that run scams out of Georgia. No offense. I'm just telling the truth. So if you live in Georgia, you're not going to get the approvals that you should get because they have whitelisted Georgia, period, especially the Atlanta area. All right. All right. Moving on. New York, you got the same. I mean, Navy Federal got that in New York. NASA Federal Credit Union is a good credit union. Digital is a very good credit union. And of course, I talked about these. You see, in Georgia, if you look in Georgia, look at the top 4. USAA, Navy Federal, Pentagon, and Delta. Those are the top 4 in Georgia that's listed. But actually, Delta, what's the other one? Alliant is another one that's properly used over there. All right. Let's talk about the credit myth and being debunked right now. Let me say this to everybody that's watching right now. Hey, peace to the Mayat from NBK out there. Peace to all my brothers, Meru from Dagger Squad. Peace, brothers. All right. Jersey Shice. Shout out to Jersey Shice, man. That's my #1 fan right there. That's my PR guy. All right. All right, credit myth. First one, my boss can check my credit score. No, your boss cannot check your credit score, but your boss can check, or your potential employer can check your credit score. Yes, it's true. He can't, check your credit report. He can't check your credit score. They're not supposed to do that. All right? All right, and then you give them permission when you fill out your application for a job. All right? Okay. All right, y'all going wild in the chat tonight. It's not a good idea to pay off my balance every month. We've heard this fallacy very many times. You know, a lot of folks say that, but let me tell you something, man. If you have the money to pay it off, it makes your credit score and it makes your credit look so sexy. It makes it look so attractive to lenders to know that you pay off your whole balance every month. So when people see an American Express card on your credit, they know you have to pay it off every month or every 45 days. So they're like, wow, this guy is mature. He's able to handle his finances. I'm willing to lend this dude money. All right? All right. So let's move on. The myth number 3, my age and income impact my credit score. Listen, man, if I'm 38 years old and you're 83, let me tell you something, man. As long as you have that good credit, your age don't matter. The lender just want to lend and get you money so they could charge you interest rate. So your age don't matter. As long as you show that you could pay for it, you're good to go. All right. Next, we have multiple accounts improve your score. Some consumers with credit problems believe opening many accounts will be proof that they can handle credit. Actually, it has the opposite effect. When a lender see you with too much credit cards, they're like, why should we even lend you credit? You got to be careful with how many inquiries you have and how much credit you have on your credit. Unnecessary credit. All right. Checking my score will lower my score. That's a myth number 5. Myth number 5 is totally incorrect. Checking your score when you have Credit Check Total, Credit Karma, Equifax, Experian, whatever, it doesn't affect your score. It's called a soft inquiry. Now, if you apply for a loan, if you apply for a new credit card, if you apply for jewelry or something that they have to run your credit, that's called a hard inquiry. That affects your score. And right now, I'm telling everybody, don't waste your time and check your score if you're not applying for something. You don't need to. Let's go to Credit Check Total. Go to one of them. Credit Check Total, Privacy Guard, they're pretty close to what real credit scores are. So whatever Credit Check Total is, they might be a little 10 to 20 points off, but they're the best ones to go with. All right? Credit Karma gives you the best as far as your utilization, your debt to credit ratio, and so forth. All right. All right. The 10 biggest banks, and I'm gonna get into this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow Sister Cheryl to come in. I'm going to ask Sonetta to stop sharing my screen. At least I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then I'm going to ask Sister Cheryl to jump in the conversation. Cheryl, you could unmute your mic. I'm going to ask you some questions, and then we're going to make it easier for you since this is the first of many times you're going to be coming on Sonetta with me. All right. First of all, this is my right hand right here. All right, Sister Cheryl. And I would not have known her if it wasn't for Sonetta. So I need to put that out there. Because of Sonetta giving me this platform to talk about credit and how people could build up their personal credit and so forth, I wouldn't have met this sister. All right. So now, Sister Cheryl, let me ask you a question, man. How does these government contract stuff work? I hear a lot of people talk about government contracts, and shout out to Sister Monica because she deals with government contracts too. I was trying to hit her up. I didn't get a response from her. So she's unable to come on. I'm going to check my inbox and see if she's in my inbox, then add her. But what I'm saying to you people out there, government contracts is important, and we're going to drive it in with the personal and business credit. Because you know what? If you're going to raise $1 million, you have to have a plan in place to suffice that type of money. You're not just going to get $1 million, say, hey, I got $1 million. No, you got to have a plan behind it. And shout out to my brother from the Car Nation with the Back to Africa program that's going real well. Also, let me give a shout out to that brother. He's trying to reinvent the whole Back to Africa movement in his own way. and I support the brother 100%. It's not for everybody. It's for some, because not everybody could live in the city and just jump up and say they want to move to Africa. It don't work like that. But we all need to make a mental trip to Africa, though, because that's where our homeland is. Mental is what we could do, as Malcolm X said. We need to take a mental trip. Brother Khalid also said that also. All right. So, sister, can you explain to me how does government contracts work and why you got into that?
Okay. I'm gonna start off with a little background from me. First of all, I'm gonna go into how many contracts I'm currently holding and how easy it was for me to get them. I currently have a contract with the after school program, and it's with the Houston after school program. And what that does is I teach kids about entrepreneurship. I'm teaching them about doing government contracting, drop shipping. So when they graduate when they go from middle school to high school to graduation, what they'll receive is their high school diploma, their articles of incorporation, along with the contract. So they're already in business. There's no need to go to college and waste time there and building up all this debt. They'll already have a solid business. Now, that's one of my contracts that I'm currently holding. Another contract that I'm holding, I do entrepreneurship workshops for laid off workers. Now, keep in mind, it's free for them to come. I'm paid through the state. So if you are laid off, it's free for you to attend because I have a contract with the state. And the other contract I hold is with the Department of Defense, where I have gotten truck drivers that have their own businesses contracts with the Department of Defense. And Garfield can actually attest to this one. I just got one of his people that he deal with a contract with Google, and that is a $30 million contract that they'll be laying fiber optic wire.
Hold up, sister. Hold up. You can't say, before Sana to jump in, you can't say 30 million contract and let it goes over black folks' head like that. Now, we got to explain to them how Garfield and however, the X-Tech Inc., which I'm also a part of on Quiet as Kept, but how they were able to get 30 million. Because you need to explain what the 30 million is for and how they're going to distribute it, and how and by the way too, you need to let people know out there, if they do deal with fiber optics, that we need their help in acquiring these contracts, because we need more black folks who are contractors so that they could do the business and get these contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So I'm saying to everybody that's listening, man, if you have a friend that does fiber optic, lays out the stuff and do the field work. I got my man Meru. Meru, listen carefully to this. We're going to get you a contract, bro, because you family Dagger Squad all day. So Cheryl, explain to Meru and my friends out there how they could get this contract and lay down this with Google also. Go ahead, sister.
Well, what we'll do is I'm gonna give you my website, because Sonetta, I have a special tab for Sonetta viewers. So when you go to my website, you click on Sonetta TV. You'll fill that little small app out. It'll come to me. I'll get back in contact with you. I'll just give you my website real quick. It's Stevenson, STEVENSON, business, BUSINESS, solutions.
Hold on, Cheryl. No. I don't want you to give that out. You know why? Because you're going to have people with 1,000 million questions, because once they hear 30 million, they want to be in contact with you. They don't even know what. They can't even spell 30 million and they want to contact you. So this is what we're going to do.
Let's do this.
No. Hold on, Cheryl. No. We're going to tell them my number, and if they qualify to even have a conversation with you, I'll pass it on. So if you want to get in contact with the sister and you lay down fiber optic works, 1-800-518-2817 extension 901. 1-800-518-2817 extension 901. All right, so explain to them now how it works. Go ahead, sister.
Okay, well, I'm gonna veer off of fiber optics real quick. I just want to go into some other easier stuff that's out there for everybody. Outside of doing the fiber optic contracts, we have what they call services contracts. So if you design t-shirts, if you're a barber have their own barbershop, if you're an interior decorator, daycare workers, whomever, lawn care, there are government contracts out there for you that you can get and actually work those contracts. It only takes a week for me to get you set up to do the contracts. Of course, Garfield will be that money person. All of this knowledge that you're getting from him about the money and getting your credit together, that will all tie into your business once you get your government contracting business up and going. So it's very, very easy. A lot of people make it difficult, but it's very easy. No matter if you're a beautician, whatever background you have, the government utilizes your skill set. You just need to know how to bid on a contract, which is what I do. I actually help people bid on, locate, bid, and win contracts. So that's one part of it. And then the other part I call is drop shipping, where you would actually purchase different merchandise for the government. Like if the government need glasses, drinking glasses, you would go out there, find someone that actually sells these glasses for a low price. Let's say they wanted 40,000 glasses. You go out there, you find a supplier that will supply you that, and they'll say, okay, I'll give you these glasses for $30,000. Well, you charge the government $40,000 to get those glasses. So all you would do once your supplier is paid and the government pay you, you'll end up making a $10,000 profit. It's just that simple. And I can get you set up in 1 week. And once you're actually set up, you'll be kicked off to Garfield, who would get you the finances, get your credit, and all of that together. So that is something that is very important that we just don't know as minorities. We do not understand that we can actually get a contract to do things that is specific to our skill set. So it doesn't matter what you do. If you have a daycare, whatever, the government utilizes this. Whether you are a public speaker like Sonetta, they'll utilize you to come out and speak at certain events. All you have to do is bid on it and win it. And the beauty with the government that a lot of people don't understand, they don't care what your background is a lot of times. If you bid the lowest bid, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win it. Because they're about the dollars and cents at the end of the day. They want to save money. So if you come in with a bid and Sonetta like, oh, I want to speak at this engagement, and he charged them, $50,000 to come speak at this engagement, they don't care, a whole lot about Sonetta's background. If I bid 80,000, they're going to give it to Sonetta for 50,000 because they're trying to save their budget. So this is how simple it is to get into government contracting. They have a ton of websites out there that have open bids. It's not a secret. I have a list of bids that a list of websites that I can give you guys that, will get you into that arena. But of course, you need to follow these steps. You'll need to get in contact with Garfield. Once that happens, I'll set you up with a business, and then Garfield will take it from there with getting your finances in order, getting you what you need to actually run your business.
All right, sister. That sounds. Somebody said that sounds too good to be true. But listen, if you research government contracts, and by the way, Sister Monica Lamb, who also is here normally, she deals with government contracts too, and she's going to be talking about government contracts some more on another show, so that she talks about what she does, and she does a lot of bidding, and she deals a whole different area. She's all the way. Sister Cheryl is in Texas and Alabama, while Sister Monica is in, of course, we know she's in South Carolina and in that region, So she deals with student loans, but she also deals with government contracts. She do writing, she do business proposals, and so forth. So we have 2 nice, wonderful women, Cheryl and Sister Monica, that deals with government contracts, and it's something big to deal with. I'm gonna let me share my screen back. So Anetta, if you could click on my screen so I could share properly to the audience, and then I could get back into my presentation and finish up here, so we won't be that long. All right, can everybody see my Can everybody see my, what do you call it? Can everybody see my screen? All right. All right. So anyway, let's do this, man. As far as credit, I got to mention this every day I come on. When it comes to cleaning credit, of course, we don't charge any money up front. We don't charge for consultation fees. What we do is we give the number out and we tell everybody, call us up. Let me hear what your problem is. You forward your reports to us or the logins, and then we respond to you within 24 hours and we get the ball rolling. That's how we do it. All right. We don't do the whole back and forth. You want to fix your credit, you call this number, 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. If you're trying to get in contact with a sister, if you know how to do fiber optics and you have a team that could work in the Alabama area, then hey, hit me up, 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. All right. And this is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. As far as credit repair, and I tell everybody this, there's nothing in credit repair that's guaranteed. This is one of the reasons why I changed the whole system of doing it with no money up front. Because with no money up front, you can't say, Garfield, I paid for something and you didn't deliver. So I get paid once I remove the items off your credit, which is $25 per item. That's $25 per item once I remove it off your credit. The next thing is, now I see somebody ask about medical bills. What a lot of people don't realize with medical bills is whenever you go in the hospital, you sign a paper and it talks about the HIPAA law. Those people are not supposed to even know that you owe money because it was a part of a medical service. So they actually broke the law by giving out your information to a collection agency to collect on a medical bill. So you have ground for it to be removed anyway on your own. You don't even need me for that. But if you need my service, you know how to contact me. 1-800-518-2817. All right. Let me see if there's any more questions. And I would suggest for anybody out there with good credit, with their personal credit and business, don't get loans. Get a line of credit. The reason why I get a line of credit is because if you borrow $5,000 and you paid back $3,500, you could use that $3,500 again because it's a revolving line of credit. It's like a credit card. So it's better to get a line of credit and credit cards rather than getting a loan. All right, because once you're paying off the loan, that's it. All right, let me see what else. Any other questions out there? All right. I don't sell CPN numbers, but I mean, I work with people who, if you already have the number and you need some advice, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't sell CPN numbers. I don't deal with that. All right, let me see what else we got going on here. Yeah, we do have, to General Sankofa, a lot of us, we do have our own, we do have our own quote unquote banks, by the way. The extension is 901, by the way, for Camaro, 901. So it's 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. It's right here on the screen. All right. So let me move on back to the banks. Let's get to the banks for a minute. These are America's top 10 biggest banks. And the banks, of course, you have JP Morgan Chase. We familiar with all of these, except the number 6. And number, what is it? Number 6 and number, what is it? Number 6. I think, yeah, number 6 is the only one that we're not familiar with. And number 5. People are not really familiar with number 5 and number 6. All right. But pretty much these are the top 10 banks in America. Now, a way of having a perfect credit score, there's no such thing as a perfect credit score. Because I could have an 800 score or a 770 score. And guess what happened? That score doesn't guarantee me from getting approved. Because people look at the trade lines that you got. So this is what I'm suggesting for people. If you're going to boost your scores up, if you get 4 of these trade lines, like I told you before, 4 of these lines, say you got the Citi, the Capital One, the Chase, and the Lockheed SCU, you're guaranteed to have like an 800 score. All right. And if I don't answer you while you're calling, because of course I'm on the air, I can't answer the phone if I'm on the air. All right. 4 of these, you're going to have between a 780 and an 805 score. Now, this score is going to show a lot of history, right? In all these history, all right? So the history right here is going to do good for you because they're going to look and say, oh, you're over 2 years. Oh, you're over 4 years. All right, 2010, okay, that's 6 years. 2014, that's 2 years. 2009, that's 7 years. So you have history of 2 years or more on each report. So now for each trade line. So now you have a score between 780 and 805. Your credit is sexy. It's attractive. You could go out there. The first thing I would apply for is a Kia credit card. Why, Garfield? Why get the Kia credit? Because Kia credit, you're going to get approved for like a 15 to 20,000 on Kia credit as your first primary card. It's going to be a credit that's run on your TransUnion credit report, and you're going to get approved for between 15 and 20,000 based on your score of 780 to 805. So now you have 5 trade lines, including one that has you as a 15 to 20,000. So your score is going to remain the same. All right, it's not going to move that much. Probably tick down 5 points. So now you're at 800 with 5 trade lines. Then now you start going to each bank. You go to the 10 biggest banks. You say, okay, what type of services do you offer for personal credit? We're going to do personal first before business. So all of these banks, they work off of your tax return. So if your W-2 says 420,000, they'll give you, most of them will give you 20% of whatever your gross income is, not net income. They'll give you that on a line of credit. So 400,000, 80,000 is 20%, and they'll give you that as a line of credit, and they'll give you a credit card for 20, 30,000. So that's 100,000 right there, based on your business credit, the 400,000, and they'll give you another credit card, 20,000 on your credit, your business, and for your personal, if you want, you could apply for a line of credit again. They probably give you another 20,000, and they give you probably another $15,000 credit card. So you're looking at 130,000 from Chase alone, but that's basically what you would get from every bank with your business credit, 100,000. So if you go to 10 banks, Wells Fargo, like I said on Wednesday, they give you half of whatever your gross income is, as long as you have the paperwork to show it. So now you're looking at 200,000 from Wells Fargo and 135 from the others, 200,000 here just as a line of credit for your business, not including the credit card, not including your personal credit card and a personal line of credit. So you're looking at almost $250,000 alone from Wells Fargo. So now if you go to 10 banks and they give you on an average 100,000, which is easy if this methodology is followed, I'm telling you guys right now, this can be done. I can't do it now. You know why I don't do it now? Because what am I going to do with $1 million? What is the plan that Garfield have to manifest anything at all? I mean, I've been looking into farmland. I've been looking into abandoned towns. But how am I going to, what business do I have in play to recoup that money that I'm using if I borrow $1 million? And that's what you look at when you have $1 million. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to buy some farmland? Are you going to take the chance? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, the more you take out on your business, and if you default on it or if you don't pay it, it's on your business. It's not on your personal. Just for point of information. So whenever you go to Citibank, you go to Citigroup, Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, any of these banks here, they'll give you the money as long as you have the paperwork to show for it. All right. Now we have what's called business credit, right? Where we have a program where we could put different trade lines on your business credit, Equifax. This is for people who deal with Equifax only. If we add these trade lines to your Equifax, which we're able to do, these are the banks that deal with Equifax business, are the people that deal with Equifax business. BBVA, Compass, KeyBank, Wells Fargo. You have US Bank, American Express, Bank of America, Opus Bank, Bremer Visa signature card. And either one of these give you $75,000 off the bat. Bank of the Cascades or the Bremer, I think it's the Bremer Visa credit card. They give you $75,000 if you have good credit with the business. So you see, there's options out there for you. Let me say this to everybody out there. When someone says raise $1 million, yes, it's an eye catcher, but it's not for everybody. My brother from the Khan Nation, who's trying to buy land and then reinvest to do stuff in Africa, he already has stuff in place for that. So if he has the credit, he's somebody that needs to raise $1 million. If you're thinking about buying an abandoned town, and I'm going to say this to everybody out there, to all my Hebrew Israelite family out there, happy Sabbath. I'm saying this to you right now. You have IUIC. You have ISUPK. You have all type of different organizations, Lines of Israel. You have brother from AOC, brother Ashar and them. all these good brothers out there. You got the brother in Brooklyn, brother, what's his name? Abdel Ben Levi, aka Zion Lex. He's a part of Shema. Oops, I forgot. He's not a part of that no more. But he's doing his thing anyway. He has his people around him. If you're trying to make a move for the community, this is for you. All right? And to add to this, if you put trade lines on your Experian, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet, we have a plan for you too. And we're going to have the sister talk about that in the next 5 minutes. What we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is giving you information, not for you to go out there and just grab up $1 million, but to think that we have all these people going around. We have Umar Johnson. We have the great brother Boyce Watkins, PhD doctor, the best financer I've ever known in my lifetime, along with Claude Anderson, the two greatest minds that we have right now. Claude Anderson and Boyce Watkins, who have taught me a lot. All of this, I didn't just wake up one morning and poof, somebody gave me a vision and I learned this. I had to learn this stuff. And those brothers had an influence on me to go out there and learn it. Brother Boyce Watkins and Claude Anderson, watch his DVDs, watch his YouTube. He is deep when it comes to this economic stuff. So all the people that are talking about how we need to separate from this cracker, here's an opportunity. We have the abandoned towns. We have the Oyatunji village in South Carolina. They have separated from this beast. They are 95% not dependent on this beast. They are self-sufficient. So why we can't do it? Is it because we love this white man so much that we can't leave from where he is? We have to be around him. What about buying up buildings and living together in the building? At least that. What about buying up some of Detroit? A brother hit me up 2 weeks ago. He needs some help with his credit, but he was able to have enough money, take it out of his 401k and invest in Detroit. Big up to New Era Detroit. Sarah Sutton said it, big up, bro. Because they are trying to get involved with the auctions to buy these land spaces in Detroit. Because, listen, at the root of crime, quote unquote crime, family, is gentrification. At the root of it. Anytime you see an area have too much crime and the police act like they can't solve them, it's gentrification time. They're trying to get the niggas out. That's the point blank. So we need to understand that. So we need to reinvest in Cooks County in Chicago. We need to invest in Detroit in Michigan. We need to do that. So the information I'm giving you, this is not beneficial to me if you get loans. I'm just giving you the information so you can do what you need to do to get the loans, or not the loans, I'm sorry, the lines of credit or the credit cards. We need to be smart and intelligent. Shout out to New Era Chicago too. Big up to Greg Phillips. Dagger Squad in the building. Because they are putting the work on the ground and they're giving people financial literacy. And I will be in Chicago soon to give them a hands-on training of how to deal with their credit and how to invest and do what they need to do. So we have people on the ground, and I got to give them shout outs. For those that I didn't mention, I don't know about you, so I can't talk about you. But if you're putting in work, hey, keep doing what you're doing. So New Era Detroit, they're on top of it, the tax auctions. And they're trying to invest back in their community because they're trying to get all them black folks out of Detroit so they could move in and reinvest in Detroit and make Detroit the biggest place. So you remember they have all the car factories there. I think Chrysler and all of them over there. So we need to do this. All right. Oh boy, I just got to laugh when people talk, man. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, here's the number again, 1-800-518-2817, extension 901, 1-800-518-2817. Excuse me if I sound too passionate, but I'm just telling you, man, black folks, we've been hoodwinked. And we have been conditioned to hate ourselves so much that we just grow up thinking that we can't do nothing. If you look in the side chat, I'm not even looking at it right now, but I've been telling you, there's always somebody there being negative. Why is it black folks can meet on a positive level on a Friday evening and talk about ideas to make us better? If you fixing your credit makes you better, why is the next man knocking you for doing that? Because he has bad credit, or he's just one miserable motherfucker? We need to start doing better as a people and how we deal with one another. We need to stop this. So all the haters who want to give me, who want to give Sarnetta all the grief and Garfield all the grief and all the hate and give us the free publicity, keep doing you. But to the people out there who needs help, call me up. 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. It's right on the board. 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. I want to give a shout out to my brother Hank West from the Amin Ra squad. And he has a sneakers. He's been an entrepreneur. And I'm telling you, for those who want to start their own business, look at what the brother did. He might not be 100% the best at what he does, but he's able to manufacture and put together a business and be successful. And I'm telling you, you might not like the sneakers or you might love the sneakers. Whatever way you feel, I'm supporting the brother just for his effort alone. Just for his effort alone. Let me give a shout out to all the people out there that's being progressive in their lifetime, to all the people that got products, to give a shout out to my brother Truth Storian. We are going to change the direction of public school in New York. Our dream is to change the curriculum as much as possible. We're tired of seeing white folks going to school and say that's being taught and change the curriculum just to fit what that white man said. So we need to go and correct the teachers. And that's what my brother Truth Storian is all about, going around speaking in schools. To my brother Alan Brown, aka Raw Bond, big up, because we going into the communities and going into the criminal justice, juvenile system, speaking to the young men. That's what Dagger Squad is about. We're about the youth. Big up to myself. I'm trying to get everybody to clean up their credit so that they could provide a better life for the future. Remember, we're not living for now. We're living for the people after us. So if you want to be selfish and leave your family debt, well, that's on you. But if you want to leave with something progressive, pool with a bunch of light minds, pool your resources, and get the job done. Let me say this to everybody real quickly, man. If 15 of you guys out there right now, 15 people would get good credit, and do as I have explained a little bit. What I've given y'all is just a little bit. And if each of those 15 people got $1 million in lines of credit and credit cards, that's $15 million. What can you do with $15 million ISUPK? What can you do with $15 million IUIC, AOC, Lines of Israel, Peace to Priest Daniela, by the way? What can you do, your organization do with $15 million? Buy land. Invest in your own, invest in your own clothing line. Make your own underwear company. We have the white men covering up the most private parts in our body and our woman's body. But yet still we say the white man is the devil. Where's our own underwear company? You know what, man? I'm gonna invest in my own underwear company starting January. I'm gonna research it and I'm gonna do it. Because we need to stop wearing the white man's underwear. We can't talk about it. We got to be about it. So anyway, I'm gonna pass this on to the sister. Again, the number is 1-800-518-2817-901. I'm going to pass it on to the sister, and I'm going to let me see. Let me close this out here. Let me stop sharing my screen, and I'm gonna pass it on to Cheryl. And Cheryl, just do me this. We got like 5 more minutes left, and I want you to tell us how we can get this American Express Black Card. Sarnetta right now sitting in this chair. Tell Sarnetta how he can get this American Express Black Card, unlimited.
The way
$8 to $10 million off that Black Card. Let's see how. Let's Sarnetta know how he could do it.
The way that this work is, as long as you have a company, because it's a corporate card, you need a Dun & Bradstreet number, a bank account, which would be a business bank account, an EIN number. You need a office space, as well as a landline connected to that office space. And once you get that, you can give Garfield a call, and we will process all your paperwork, get it turned in, and you can get your card. It's just that simple. It's very simple. And I want to make it very clear, even though we're talking about the fiber optics, please keep in mind and take advantage of the government contracting. I know we look at the government like, oh, I don't want to deal with them. But at this point, They have the money. At this point, you want to leave a legacy to your family. And what better way to do that than to get your child, because my daughter works for me currently. She helps me with my entrepreneurship workshops. When I'm gone, she will take that over. She will take over what I'm doing. Keep in mind that everybody out there got about 2 or 3 degrees. When you die, that degree dies with you. That income that you was bringing to that family dies with you. So it's very important that we start building wealth that we can pass down. That is the only way we're going to get out of this poverty state that we're in. And at this present time, it's important for you to get into something that will generate some wealth for you, which is government contracting. Any skill that you have, I know we have a lot of people out there that know how to cook. Well, guess what? The government hire people to cook at functions that they give. So you're doing something that you already know how to do. They'll give you a menu and tell you to cook it. So you can't tell me that we don't have 1,000 or more people out there that can cook and provide this service for the government. You can't tell me that we don't have some people that have printing companies and the government is looking for you to print out brochures or whatever they have. So utilize your skill set to create wealth. It's very easy. You have people that do t-shirt design where the government have projects for you to work on as well. And the great thing about them is they pay you over what you would make if you were out there just selling to individuals. So you're almost double to triple what you would make on the street if you were just selling to the government. So I'm trying to make it very clear, and I like Garfield, we're very passionate because he and I speak all the time, and we're like, we have this knowledge, we're trying to give it to people, but yes, you have negative people out there that want to, put it down and say it's too good to be true. But are you just going to sit there and say it's too good to be true, or are you going to act on it and see if it's really true? So you need to ask yourself that. You have 2 people right now, Garfield, the financial guru, Cheryl Stevenson, I can help you get whatever contract you want. I can help you get and achieve that goal and pass that down to your family. So please, when you call, keep in mind that it is a process. Once you get your contract, once you get a viable business, then you need to be working on your personal credit and all that with Garfield anyway. But you cannot do anything with your business credit or anything related to a business until you get a business. So this is the time I'm going to say, get you some business. Since we always want to go out and say certain things, now you need to get you some business, meaning get you a government contract. Get those cards that we're talking about, the American Express card. They do not even look at your personal credit when you're getting this American Express card. They're only looking at your business credit. So that's another perk about getting this black card.
Hey, Cheryl, let me interrupt you, man, for a second, man, because I don't think people even heard what you just said a while ago. But I'm going to ask you this, man. I'm going to do this for Sonetta. I want you to look at the government contracts and tell me if they got contracts for what Sonetta does. I want you to put Sonetta on, and Sonetta going to be the witness.
Okay.
Because Sonetta, I think, from what I know Sonetta got his business registered and everything. So he's been in business for a while. So he has his EIN, I'm sure he does, and all that stuff. So what we going to do, I want you to look up for business that the government may want, that they'll pay Sonetta to do something. And of course, he'll send a proposal and you put it all together. And once Sonetta does it, and Sonetta come on here, because Sonetta ain't going to lie for us anyway. So he gonna come on. He ain't gonna lie. I tell you, and people might not know this, Sonetta will not lie for you Negroes out there. So don't think when Sonetta say something, he's saying it for the fun of it. He ain't lying for you.
So what we'll do, that sounds great, Garfield. What we'll do, we'll get with Sonetta on the sidebar. I'll get all the information that we're gonna need to get him the type of contract that he feels that fits him. because this is what we do. You tell me what it is you want to do, and I find that very thing that you want to do, I'll find that for you and get you set up with your contract. So that is an excellent idea, Garfield. We'll use
Cheryl, you know what? Sunday, right? For people that's listening, we're going to be on Dagger Squad. We have the Man Cave Sunday show from 10 in the morning to like the football game starts. So, Cheryl, if you got time, we could talk about it some more there.
That's great.
One thing everybody thinks about Garfield, they're so surprised to see me on Sarnetta. They see me talking about economics, but they know I beat up on the Hebrews all the time. I beat up on them. I debate all the time. So when they shocked to hear me talking about positivity, but they still not receptive because they're waiting for me to talk about the Hebrews. I'm not here to talk about Hebrews.
No.
I'm here to talk about economics. That's why I keep saying
we're trying to get you money.
Exactly. ISUPK, IUIC, all these organizations that got like 10,000 members, 5 to 10,000 members. I'm saying, I'm not trying to knock nobody, sir, and don't take this the wrong way. Some of these brothers look like they don't even have a job, and it's not a disrespect to them. I'm just saying, we're here to help you to get up off your feet. And if your organization is right, that's what they should be about too. Cleaning up your credit. I know y'all waiting for some God to come and do what he needs to do. But in the meantime, while you're down here, I'm asking the Action Jackson Hebrews. That's what I'm going to call them. Like my brother Ron Divine Prospect and a couple other brothers out there, Panahisi, the Action Jackson Hebrews, that they're doing all the work right now while they're here on the ground. I'm asking all the Hebrews who want to do that, hit your brother up, hit the sister up. Try to get your credit together. Y'all trying to buy land and move here and there. How you going to do it if you ain't got no money? Come on now. And you got kids to feed with the little paycheck you're getting. Get some money to invest in what you believe in and your people. Bottom line.
Yo, Garfield, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You might be making a mistake because not all Hebrews, but a lot of them are probably just waiting on God or Jesus to come back because they say money, they don't want no money.
But son, that's why I said the Action Jackson Hebrews. The Action Jackson
they
Hebrews.
waiting on Jesus.
No, they're not waiting. Those are the ones that are doing work, like Divine Prospect and Panahisi and them. They trying to do stuff to invest and all that stuff. And that's who I'm calling the Action Jackson Hebrews. It's not a joke. It's not a snap. I'm not snapping on them. I'm just saying those are the brothers that's putting in work. The Action Jackson Hebrews out there. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's have foot on the ground that's putting in work, and you got people that's behind the scenes that's putting in work. I don't know every Hebrew, but I'm just saying to them, why don't you guys? They have the ability, and you know what? A lot of people talk about Sarnetta and debates. Do you know that debates brought the Hebrews closer together and the RBG community closer together? We got to thank Sarnetta for that. Do people realize that? If it wasn't for the debates with Kevin and Charles and all that stuff, the Hebrews would have never united. Remember Zion Lex came on and said, oh, it's because of the debate. That's why I ain't messing with no New Testament Hebrew. He united because of Sarnetta and the debates. So there's potential. And the reason is the Hebrews are so disciplined that they have the better chance to move forward if they have an economic platform behind them instead of waiting. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect, not a knock. But let's be real. The Action Jackson Hebrews are the ones that are out there trying to get finances together, like Divine Prospect, Panahisi, and my brother Brian Gathers, and a couple others, Dean Parker, all these different brothers that do credit and all that stuff. So let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you straight up right now. Right now. Call up 1-800-518-2817. You're not going to get me tonight. Leave a message. It's 9 o'clock Eastern on the East Coast. I'll call you back in the morning. All I'm saying to you right now, make that move. 1-800-518-2817. I got this brilliant sister right here, Brainiac, deal with government contracts all day. I'm on the phone with her almost 16 hours a day talking about contracts. So we need to get this and get this right. I'm telling you, I witnessed somebody just got a $30 million contract in Alabama from Google. $30 million. So we as black folks, I'm putting the word out that this can be done. She is, you know, when Master P said, I got the hookup, Cheryl got the hookup. Point blank. Let's just put it out there. Cheryl got the hookup. But anyway, ladies ladies and gentlemen, I want to say one more thing before I go. There's something called debt consolidation. Sarnetta, have you ever heard of debt consolidation services before, brother? All right. What debt consolidation does, it pools all your debt together, and then they pay a little bit every month to the creditor. Now, if you're fixing your credit, I don't urge you to be a part of a debt consolidation program. I'm going to tell you why. Because for 6 months, they don't pay your bill. So that means you're late for 6 months. And these debt consolidation companies don't tell you that. They just take their money first up front, then they pay your bills after 6 months. So that means your credit is going to dive, because for every late payment is like 35 to 50 points. 35 to 50 points. Got people, and by the way, Sonny, let me tell you something. You got people from Hawaii calling me. You got a brother from Oregon right now calling me. Oregon calling me right now. You got people from, a matter of fact, the amount of people that call me from Oakland, you got to do a show in Oakland, Sonny. Over 300 people call me from Oakland alone. So we have people from all over the country calling Garfield to get help, and they're going to come on the show and testify of the great work that me and my team are doing with their credit. So listen out for the next 2-3 weeks. You're going to hear a lot of people calling in, Garfield did this for me, Garfield did that for me. We putting in work for the people. No money down for credit repair. You don't find that nowhere in America. You won't hear it on the radio. You won't see it on TV. You won't hear no infomercial 2 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping. You don't hear none of that. No money down credit repair. No money down for free consultation. No money down. We don't get paid until the stuff get off your credit. $25 per item. That's what I'm talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't got no last words, man, I'm out of here. 1-800-518-2817. That's 1-800-518-2817. And Sister Cheryl, you got the last word, sister. Yes. Go ahead.
As Garfield was saying, I just want everyone to take advantage of Garfield's skill set and my skill set. We work now. Next year, everybody will be coming on here saying how much money they made. I'm happy. Things are going better. That's when you can make a change. You can make a change when you have finances to bless your people, to bless your immediate family. That's when change happens. And like I said, it is that simple. It takes me only a week, 1 week, people, to get you set up to do government contracting. I'm not saying it takes 2 years, 4 years. I said 1 week. So it would be to your advantage to call Garfield, to get in contact with me and get it set up. What you have to lose, you don't have anything to lose. Let's work together and build a strong economy. And yes, it's through the government contracting, but at this point, that is a solution for us. And they are looking, I get a lot of government people when I'm doing government contracts. They're looking for minority people. And they want to give you these contracts, believe it or not. And you know what their response is, what they're getting back when they do get packages. The packages that they're getting is incomplete. So they can't give you the money. You do not have your business set up correctly, so they cannot give you the money. You have 2 people, Garfield and Cheryl. We can get you set up to be successful in your business, any business venture that you want to do. Garfield?
Yeah, I'm here, sister. I was actually taking a call. You know, people trying to call up, taking a few calls. But Sarnetta, I mean, that's it, man. You know me, I don't want to stay on too long. If people want more information, call me up. You know, we got the website, daggersquadinc.com. We got 1-800-518-2817, extension 901. If you need to reach Cheryl, she has her own website, her own thing. But you got to come through me, and I got to filter everybody out, because when people hear money, they're quick to jump up and call and waste people's time. If you already have a business, don't tell me that you're trying to start a business. What she said is for people who already got an established business, because you got to get the SAMS number, right? They got to get the SAMS number. Wait.
Let's make this clear. If you do not have a business, we can get you set up. So it is for startups. We will show you how to actually run that business. So whether you have a business or whether you want to get a business, we can help you do that, and it's still going to be government contracting. So you have me and Garfield to make sure that you're going to succeed at that.
All right. Hey, and by the way, man, for anybody out there that's interested in doing what you call it, the government funding, it's not a 1, 2, 3 thing. Don't call up and be like, you know, what if this, what if that? You got to have at least some sort of business established to do what you need to do. Although we're going to help you set it up, just let you know that once we set it up, it's going to take a couple of months after that. It's not going to take a week. It's only for people who already established already. We could do like the stuff that she's talking about for a week.
Correct. You'll have to, it depends on how quick you learn, Garfield. If you're a quick learner, yeah, we can get you through understanding how government contracting works. So it's definitely going to be on a case-by-case basis on how quickly you could start bidding. I could get you set up in a week, but for you to get to understand what you need to do, that takes a little time depending on that person.
Hey, sure. Let me cut you off. I want you to explain something to the people in the audience, because you see, that's why when you said 30 million, I stopped you. When you say 30 million, you're going to have people jumping up saying what 30 million is. Can you explain to them about the contract that you got signed yesterday for $30 million with Google? Explain to the people why it's 30 million, just for the record. Just for the record.
The way that the contract works is a 5-year contract. So it'll be 30 million over a 5-year period that the guys are out there working, laying down fiber optic wiring. So that's how that will work. And of course, you're not going to get $30 million in your bank, you know, tomorrow. Is over a 5-year period of you actually out there on site working. So please don't think when you get a $30 million contract that you getting 30 million in your bank right that day. That's not the case. You're going to work and you're going to receive a certain amount per month of that money. And that's with any business. That's with any government contract. The government does not pay you until you provide that service. Like I said, if they hire Sonetta to come out and speak at an event that they have, Sonetta will go speak at that event. And then within 15 to 30 business days, Sonetta will receive a direct deposit into his account.
Hold on. You mean 15 to 30 days, right?
It's between 15 to 30 days.
So if Sonetta do, somebody from Nevada calling. So if Sonetta does a job for the government, he does a special videotaping, right? Or he puts together a documentary of you know, Shaka and all his debates, and they say the government said they want to see, you know, what we talk about in the community, how they could improve on the information and so forth. And Sonetta goes and work for them, and they say, Sonetta, the contract is for $2,800. So Sonetta gets a contract for $2,800, and he'll get paid 15 to 30 days later.
Correct. They'll do a direct deposit. So what happens is when you come to me and we get you set up to do government contracting, you will register your business with the government. Everything that you're doing is going to be through the government. And that is the only way that you could bid on any contract, is if your company is set up to do business with the government. And that is where we fail. We just do not understand how the government operates.
Hey, let me say this too. If the government is in need of toilet paper and you have a company that makes toilet paper, you bid for the contract. So say the contract is 5,000 for 20,000 rolls. And the contract, you got to find a company that gives you the rolls for, say the contract is let's say 10,000. So you got to find a company that will give you that amount of rolls for 5,000, so you could make a $5,000 profit. So you just be home. You don't have to move or do nothing. You just got to find a company that do it. They'll deliver it, and then boom, you get paid 15 to 30 days later. So people got to understand the process. So that's why I use the toilet paper as an example.
Exactly. And it's very simple. And I'm gonna use this one contract that I received. I got a contract for drug dogs. The Mexican embassy wanted drug dogs. Woo. They wanted 20 of them. And if you don't know, and they called them green dogs. I didn't even know what that was initially. So I had to do a little research on that. And my point is, I won a $200 and something thousand contract, and I own no green dogs. Didn't really know too much about green dogs. What I did was I went out and found a supplier that had those dogs. And once we did that, all I had to do was let them ship the dogs. The government paid me within 15 to 30 days, and I paid my supplier. And I made about a $40,000 fee for that. I made $40,000 free and clear, and I never left my house. I did this from home. So that's what I'm saying. When you do drop shipping, that is what that entails. Now, when you're doing services, a lot of times you may have to leave depending on what type of service. If you're doing catering for the government, of course you're going to have to leave your home unless you hire a catering company to do it. You know, so it just depends on what aspect that you want to take. If you own a catering service, then yeah, you're going to have to leave your home, take your catering service, and provide that to the government. So you tell me what aspect you want to do. You can do services, or you can do the drop shipping. That is totally up to you.
All right. Hey, we're gonna have I'm gonna try to get a brother on about insurance next week. And we're going to, of course, have this sister on. She's going to talk some more about government contracts. I'm going to have Sister Monica on. She deal with contracts too and the student loans crisis. And, of course, she's out there helping the community every day as far as getting grants, getting loans, and different type of things. All right, so I just want to say to everybody out there, man, it's a Sabbath. Big respect out to my Hebrew brothers and sisters out there that's observing the Sabbath. Big up to everybody out there that's tuning in, that's trying to get this information. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're on every Wednesday, and every Friday, every Sunday, I'm also on a Man Cave Sundays on my radio show. Every Thursday, I'm gonna start doing 12 rounds, which is gonna be a debate, you know, just an educational debate. We're gonna have 12 rounds, 2 different people from different perspectives. We challenge one another. If anybody want to be a judge, I want to have a 3-panel judge system so that we have a winner at the end, just so that people are clear on who won the debate and so forth. Also, I want to talk about December 18th. Sarah Sutton-Seti and Young Pharaoh are challenging the Amun-Ra squad if the Medjugorje has been deciphered. So I know Sunday don't want to talk about that, but I just want to give that a quick shout out. And don't forget to give to GoFundMe Black News 102 van. So the van, the news, we got to cover the news, and we got to cover the areas that's going on in our community, and we need a van for that. You know what I'm saying? So donate, go to GoFundMe Black News 102 van. All right. So that's it for me, Sonetta. Thanks for the opportunity, brother, on a Friday evening. It's been a wonderful day and wonderful evening. And thanks for the opportunity, brother. Peace.
All right. Peace and black power, my brother. Peace out. We out, family.
Peace.
Y'all know what it is.
Goodbye.
Peace. Bye-bye.